Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Faith, and welcome back to my channel. I get asked all the time like what you should and shouldn't bring to college. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video on it, letting you guys know, because for me personally, I remember I watched a bunch of YouTube videos last year when I was going to college because I had no idea what to bring, and it can be like so overwhelming when you're packing because you're like,
holy crap, I didn't think about all this.
Honestly, it's not that hard. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my tips and tricks. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Also, if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button right below me, and let's go ahead and get to this video. Okay, so I have my notebook right here and I try to write down as many things, and I'm sure I'm going to like remember a lot more as I go along. Only a lot more shoulds than shouldn'ts on here, but kind of like the should and shoulds go hand in hand. First, we're gonna start with things you should bring. So the first thing that I would tell anybody, it doesn't matter who you are, this is the most important thing, and trust me, you need to invest in this. The first thing would be a mattress topper. I know you guys probably hear this all the time and you probably overlook it, but trust me, the biggest adjustment going into college is gonna be the change in sleep schedule. I have no idea what happens there, but you're just always
so freaking tired.
You need to make sure that when you do have time to sleep, that you're sleeping really well. And trust me guys, the mattresses they give you in your dorm, they are hard as a rock. I got a Serta one from Kohl's. Kohl's does really great coupons and deals. Don't get one of the cheap $15 ones. Like, make sure you get a good quality one because your sleep is so important. The next thing I would recommend purchasing is the Brita water filter for your sink. Don't get one of the pitchers because no one wants to fill that up. Honestly, like my roommates had one and we never used it. I got the one for the faucet and we use that so much more. You just attach it to your faucet. I got my dad to do it and it's so easy. All you can do is put your water bottle under there and you can fill it up.
It saved lives, guys.
Another thing I would recommend bringing is a small rug. So don't bring like a huge rug, but you definitely want to bring a rug for your dorm. At the beginning of the semester, we didn't have a rug in our dorm and it felt so like empty and just like
cold and like lonely.
And once you put a rug in there, it feels so much more homey. And one thing about college is you want to make your room feel like you're at home because you can get really homesick. So it's important to make your room as comfy and cozy and homey as possible. Another thing to go along with that, you want to make sure you bring some cute decorations. Also had a few pieces in my dorm room. If you guys want to, I will link it down below for my dorm room tour and you guys can kind of see what decor I had in there. You don't want to bring too much towards clutter, but you do want to fill up the space because sometimes the dorms, I know the dorm that I was in had like those brick walls and it kind of felt like a prison cell if you didn't decorate it. So it is important to decorate your dorm. Another thing that's really, really important that you should bring, this is specifically, I know some dorms have showers in them, but most don't. Make sure you bring a shower caddy. That thing will legit save your life. I will link the one I got down below. It's from Pottery Barn Teen, literally the best thing I ever bought. It worked perfectly for the whole semester. And also make sure you bring shower shoes. Please guys, the showers are literally disgusting. Also, since I just said that, a lot of girls in my hall didn't bring this and I was like,
guys, like you need to bring one of these.
Please make sure you bring a blow dryer. Then you don't have to go asking for one, and it's just super nice to have a blow dryer because you never know in college where you're gonna have to take a shower and need to go somewhere, so definitely get a blow dryer. Another really big item that I would definitely recommend bringing, I know for me, I brought one and literally everyone on my hall was coming to my room borrowing it because they needed one too, and that is a printer. I know that sometimes printers can be expensive, but you can find some really cheap ones, and honestly guys, that way you don't have to run up to the library to print something. Another thing that I found extremely useful, especially since if you're in a dorm that doesn't have a kitchen, which most of them don't, definitely make sure you get like a little heatable teapot. So you can get these at the store. I got one from Target and I'll link that one down below. I just bought it and I love it so much. The great thing about this is you can literally make coffee, you can literally make tea, you can make anything. It's a lifesaver instead of having to put something in the microwave and heat it up. Let's go along with that. You need to bring a coffee maker. You can bring a Keurig. I personally am not a Keurig drinker, so that's why I bring the teapot, and then I have a little Chemex like little coffee maker. You want to bring something smaller though, so if you have a Keurig, make sure it's like the smaller one because you won't have a lot of space and it's just, you don't want to waste it on something that's kind of unnecessary to have a large one. So coffee is important. You know, if you're a college student, you definitely want coffee in your room because you don't want to have to walk all the way out of your dorm down to the dining hall to get coffee. Another thing that was really valuable to me is a fan. Sometimes AC goes out and sometimes in your dorm room it's hot and there's nothing you can do about it. So definitely get a fan. I got this really awesome one from Kohl's that I really personally liked and I will link that below. It's also available at Target. Chances are you and your roommate probably won't have the same like sleep schedule. I know for me, one of my roommates got up
so early and like
I'm not an early person. Plus guys, you would not believe how thin the walls are in the dorms. You can literally hear everything. People are up all hours of the night and like I said, sleep is important. So definitely make sure you're bringing earplugs and like an eye mask because guys, legit, I remember I started the semester and very quickly I was like, nope, I'm going to Target and buying earplugs and a sleeping mask because it will save your life. Trust me. Another thing that I would recommend bringing to go along kind of with that is I would get a little book light, because sometimes your roommate goes to bed at a different time than you, and sometimes the lamp is too bright. So definitely bring like a book light or something if you like to read books or you want to work on your school. Hey guys, so I forgot to mention one other thing that I found really useful for me is a vacuum cleaner. And I know that vacuum cleaners can be a little bit more expensive, but you really only need a super small one for your dorm. And why I say this is because I started out without one, and we just had like a broom. Trying to broom your dorm room, it literally accomplishes nothing. So I definitely recommend investing in a vacuum cleaner. Another thing that I found really useful for me personally, because if you don't want to get germs, especially with coronavirus, bring your own yoga mat. I know for my school we had a bunch of great workout programs. Me and my friends always went, literally my favorite thing to do. They do provide yoga mats, but literally like no one really cleans those off very well, and you just want to bring your own. Another thing that I bought like a month into my first semester was a cushion for my chair, because the chairs they provide with you are literally wood, like straight wood, so uncomfortable. They hurt your butt. Like you're just not gonna get any work done sitting in that chair because it's so uncomfortable. So I ordered this like floor square cushion from Urban Outfitters. They had it for half off. It's like $20, and it's like this thick. I will link it down below. Another thing you need to bring is a larger trash can. So I see so many people with a little teeny trash can like this big, and it's always full. Like you don't want to have to be taking the trash in and out because it's just so inconvenient. But I'm gonna start with the stuff that you shouldn't bring. The thing you shouldn't bring to college, which is kind of obvious if you read your college's rules, is candles. Almost every single dorm does not allow candles. So what I would recommend bringing is a diffuser. I brought my diffuser. Sometimes your dorm room will smell so weird. There's something about a dorm room that just gets like a musky smell in it. And if you like cook popcorn or something in the microwave, your whole room smells like that for like a week. So definitely get a diffuser. The thing that you shouldn't bring is like an obsessive collection of mugs.
Guys, I can't tell you how many people brought way too many mugs.
You just don't use that many mugs. You only need like 2 or 3 mugs, like if that. Because one, if you have a bunch of mugs, you're just gonna leave them out dirty because you don't care, and that's just gonna create more clutter. Also going along with that, like dishware, like bowls, plates, forks, knives, and stuff like that. You don't need a lot of that. I brought a few, and like honestly guys, you probably only need like 1 plate and then 2 or 3 bowls if you eat cereal or oatmeal, and then you know like 2 spoons, 2 forks, and maybe like 1 knife because you don't use knives that much. Most of the time you're eating on campus on your dining plan, and it honestly like just creates more clutter. So it's good to have less because then you'll be more apt to clean it. Another thing on the shouldn't list is freaking don't bring your whole closet, which I think that's a pretty obvious one, but to be more specific, you don't need super fancy clothes, you don't need super fancy shoes, and you just don't need anything crazy because honestly guys, you're not gonna wear it. I really shrank down what I brought to college, and honestly I didn't even wear half of it. You're gonna apt towards more towards comfier clothes and just like t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. Another thing that I would put on the should list is you should bring like for clothing. I know a lot of people ask me like what do you bring in. Honestly it's hard, and it kind of boils down to your own personal preference and style. You don't need as much as you think you would, but you also do have a little bit more space than you think you would for clothes, because you usually have a whole closet and then dressers. It's always good to leave some room because you might be buying new clothes or getting stuff. Really think what you wear every day. Like right now would be a good time to start thinking about this and see like what you reach for the most and what you don't, and take what you reach for the most. Don't bring anything that's, oh maybe I'll wear this. Another thing that's on the should, but it's also on the shouldn't list, is pillows. So the reason this is on both is because you need to bring pillows, because pillows will make your bed comfy, and sometimes you do work on school on your bed because you don't have a couch, so your bed is kind of like your couch, especially if you're watching Netflix or something. For pillows, personally for me, I brought 3 throw pillows and then my 1 pillow, and that was perfect. So going into the should list, storage bins are really important, and you want to make sure you're getting like, Target has some really nice like cube storage bins. Those are perfect. You guys want to get some of those. Don't get too many. Some of that stuff you guys can get like 1 or 2, and then when you get down there, if you realize that you need more, then you can get more, because you honestly don't really know the space until you get to the dorm, because pictures on the internet look nothing like the dorm. Another thing that I didn't really see in any other videos that I didn't really know until I personally went to college, most people for their dorm rooms like decorate, even though it's like you're on a hall, typically like they'll put a wreath on the door or like a little welcome mat outside of their door. And so if you guys are interested in that, it does look really cute and homey, and it kind of makes you feel like you have your own little apartment or like house, even though it's kind of like a hotel room. I'm trying to read my list. Oh, blankets. Keep one in your car, because sometimes you'll like go with a group of friends at night somewhere and it'll be cold. So like I would definitely bring like a blanket to leave in your car, and then 2 blankets for your dorm room, because I usually like to have a blanket on my bed and then on my desk chair just to have when I'm working on school. Make sure you bring them and get a comfy one. TJ Maxx Home Goods, way to go. I got the softest blanket from there. No regrets. Another thing that you should get that I didn't.
Oh my gosh, my flower, has that fallen the whole time?
This is embarrassing.
Anyway, what I was saying was, one thing I highly recommend getting, especially if you don't have them already, is blue light glasses. They will save 1, your eyes, and 2, your sanity, because I get
The worst.
headaches from staring at a computer screen, and that just makes school so much more miserable because most of the time you are going to be working on like a screen. So make sure you get them. I got mine from iBuy Direct. You can also get some cheaper ones off of Amazon. Another thing that you should bring is a really long charger cord, because sometimes the outlets are really weirdly placed in your dorm and it makes you question your whole life because you're like,
Why would you do that?
so make sure you get a long charger cord. Also, to go along with that, bring little like power outlet like extensions so you can have multiple ports, because there is very few in your dorm. Make sure it's like up to code with your college, because I know some colleges are picky about that. Another thing that I recommend bringing personally is a journal, because you are going to be like changing and growing a lot, and it's really cool just to like journal out your thoughts and just kind of see like where you are. That really helped me personally. Like my last semester was really rough for me. Honestly guys, I don't know how I survived. It really helped me to journal and kind of write out stuff. Definitely recommend getting one of those. Another thing you should bring is one of those hanging shoe organizers. Or even if you don't need to put shoes in them, you can put like snacks and stuff and hairbrushes and stuff, and I just found it a really useful thing. One more thing, you need to bring like a magnifying like mirror, because the mirror there sucks. And if you're gonna do your makeup, you definitely need a better high quality mirror. I got one from Target that literally is battery operated, so I didn't have to worry about a plug. Those are important, especially if you're doing makeup. All right, I think that's kind of everything. I know there's stuff I'm forgetting, but if I do remember something, I'll add it in here later if I did forget anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of. If you guys have any more questions about college, leave them in the comments down below and I will definitely answer them for you. Also, if there's any other college videos you would like to see from me, let me know and I will do those as well, because I absolutely love doing college videos. They're so much fun. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give a big thumbs up for me. If you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button right below me. If you'd like to check out any of my previous videos, you can click them right over there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I saw your face in the morning.